welcome all of you in today's webinar that is uh, organized by our agriculture school, and today's topic for the webinar is digital transformation, modern tools and techniques. For I would like to welcome our key speaker today, who will be sharing his knowledge with all of us. He is Dr. Atul, who has joined the CSK HP Palampur in 1986 at various positions of the university, HOD, OSD to Vice Chancellor and situatory positions, Director, Librarian, Comptroller, etc. and superannuated in 2018 after gaining experience of 32 years. Beside having vast experience in administration, teaching, research, and extension, Dr. Atul had a special edge in resource generation, planning, management, monitoring, and evaluation of various national and international programs, projects, etc. He brought various laurels and recognitions to the university and is known for his introduction of computers, IT tools, HRD programs, and organic agriculture in the university. Thinking out of the box and leading from the front are special characteristics to his personality. He established a model organic farm in the university. This led to the recognition of ICAR and was successful in getting first niche area of excellence in organic farming on national competitive basis. He also created Center for Human Resource Development and trained many university teachers, International Federation of Organic Farming Movements, trainings organized for scientists and state agriculture department officers in field of organic farming. Professor Dr. Atul is a person having innovative ideas. List of activities undertaken by him is very long. Need to be mentioned is a mega training program of Himachal Pradesh, crop diversification program of Japan International Cooperation Agency project, in which 900 trainings were completed in less than 3 months. His leadership and management skills were acknowledged at international level. He also designed and developed a first national level mobile application for scientific monitoring and evaluation, that is mobile app for CODER of DST Government India. Professor Dr. Atul brought research and extension projects to the university for more than rupees 47 crores. He has more than 175 publications and more than 25 ISBN books and handbooks, manuals, and extension publications, etc. He has guided 175 he has guided 6 MSc students also with their further research. He was appointed as co-chairman of International Union of Forest Research Organization Vienna for 2 consecutive terms of 5 years. He has visited many countries: US, Canada, Australia, France, Finland, Korea, and Malaysia for delivering lectures and speeches. Sir, I welcome. Further, I also welcome our eminent personalities as panelists. Professor Dr. T.R. Bhardwaj, Honorable Vice Chancellor at Baddi University, Dr. J.K. Sharma, Honorable Registrar at Baddi University, and along with that, I welcome all other faculty, heads, and deans to this webinar. I also thank you students who have joined us for today's webinar. I hope this session will be quite knowledgeable for you. So now further moving on, I hand over the webinar dice to Dr. Atul. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, Thakur. And to start with, let me convey my special thanks to Dr. T.R. Bhardwaj, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Baddi University, and Dr. J.K. Sharma, the Registrar and Dean, Dr. K.R. Sharma, the HOD, and Dr. Mishra, the Dean Student Welfare, and not to miss Harpreet, who contacted me at least half an hour before to start this webinar so that there should not be any glitches. And I'm honored that Dr. Bhardwaj is with us on this webinar. And the two things which I would like to start with is, first was, after retirement in 2018, I thought I'm a free man, so I was relaxing. But the PAU Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Dhillon asked me to give the first online lecture, and that charged me in. And now Dr. Bhardwaj and Dr. J.K. Sharma have put on more fuel into that, and so I'm ready to give another lecture on this topic. So and I welcome all the students of different disciplines, different colleges, and especially from the Agriculture College, because after going through the list of the webinars, sir, you have organized, and I compliment you for that this is going to be the second in the agriculture faculty. First was for the horticulture, and that too with the IT clubbing is altogether different for the agriculture people too. So thank you very much, sir. With your permission, I share my screen now so that I can start. Well, my today's topic on which I will be speaking on is digital transformation, modern tools and techniques.
Sorry, sir, we are not visible to see the screen. Sorry, I'm interrupting in between. We are not visible to see the screen.
In fact, Dr. Bhardwaj's screen is already on.
No, sir, are you screen sharing, right?
Yes, including the system audio, right? It is okay now. Welcome back again, and I hope now you can see the screen clearly. So dear friends, sorry for the little interruption. I will be speaking to you on digital transformation, modern tools and techniques. To begin with, let me bring it to your kind notice that Digital India program was launched in 2005. But we all have been using all these tools which are called as IT tools, that is laptops, computers, PCs, mobiles, and they are all the IT tools. They are not the digital tools. The digital tools have got a different dimension. Before I start with the details on the digital transformation, let me bring to your kind notice the last line in which you all can see, in which I have written the information, media, material, etc. of various individual companies available in public domain and used in this presentation is thankfully acknowledged. This you must have been looking at for the first time. It is because in 2000, an IT Act was launched, which was later on amended in 2008 and virtually came into existence, this amendment in 2009, in which if we are using any of the digital tools developed and put into the public domain, they need to be acknowledged because they are not yours, but they belong to a specific company or a person. So in order to have this concept in mind of all of you, I have specially put this line so that in future, if you are making any presentations, you must, and using the material of someone else or from the public domain, that is from the websites, you must acknowledge that, because that is the prerequisite of our IT Act. So now comes what is digital transformation, or what is digitization and digitalization. Basically, digitization is if you convert anything, any photograph into digital form. What is the digital form? When we were learning the computer, we were told that computer functions, the software functions on the binary functions, that is the binary two digits, 0 and 1. Whatever we type, A, B, C, D, E, A has got a specific binary combinations, B have got specific binary combination, C has got specific binary combination, and so on. So whatever software we are building, they are building on various languages. So they are having the basic binary functions attached to it. So this digitization is primarily converting any paper, scanned paper, or converting any file of ours into PDF, or clicking any photographs. All these components are now in the digital format, whereas earlier your paper is not a digital format. Your photograph, which you used to click with the help of the cameras, they are not digital because they are analogs. So this is digitization. But then what is digitalization? When we are using the data is in the form of that digits. When we are using that data and technology to transform our various processes, that is called as digitalization. My dear friends, all of you must have been seeing this blinking eye. Let me tell you what this blinking eye means is that if one blink, how the digitization transformation is happening nowadays in this society. So now you can see that with just one blink, there are 20,000 photographs which are coming into digital form with just a blink, and 12 lakhs of messages, information is being transformed. So this is the speed of digital transformation with a simple blink. And this photograph or the slide, you can just see the status where it was in 2018. Most of our students in the colleges are in this phase. They are always busy with their mobiles. At that time, even once the Tamil Nadu government was planning to prohibit students from using cell phones in the college's premises. But banning a thing is not the answer. So answer was that we must give them these elements, details, so that what is the safe digital education? The safe digital education is privacy management, critical thinking, digital footprint management, and digital empathy. The most important. The empathy is ability to be empathetic about one's own and others' needs and feeling. That too, the feeling of a teacher as well as of a student. Then comes the cyber security management, cyber bullying management, screen time management, and the digital citizen identity. This helped us to make our students more aware about these all 8 elements, which can lead to the transformation of the digital nature. We were just becoming little comfortable with all these tools, and now we are in the COVID-19. And talking about digital transformation, we would all like to know what is the impact of COVID-19 on digital transformation. Let's check.
Namaskar, welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. I am Smriti Rastogi. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to the start of the whole new digital era and has broadened the horizon of the virtual sphere. From office meetings to school classes to socializing or to even getting married, everything is happening on the internet. The fact is that the people are able to go ahead with the digital transformation, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi initiated as the Digital India Program.
The Digital India program is a government initiative meant to empower and connect its citizens digitally. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a situation has been created where consumers are being forced to reevaluate their payment behavior. Now they're looking at online payment options to buy groceries, to pay rents, to pay their gas and electricity bills, etc. For the first time, consumers in rural India or people who are digitally averse and people who are digitally illiterate are also becoming a part of the digital financial ecosystem. The reports suggest that the number of online transactions have gone up. Also, the number of merchants who now want to be a part of the digital ecosystem has increased. So that has been a big plus for the Digital India program.
In this digital world, the flow of money cannot stop by the coronavirus outbreak or lockdown. As a result, the adoption of digital payment solution is increasing at a rapid pace. Government and even the RBI has urged customers to use digital banking facilities, ensuring contactless payments. As per a study, cash or currency notes can act as a potential carrier of the virus.
The government has endorsed strict social distancing norms even after the lockdown restrictions have been lifted. To maintain that, it is important we continue to do online transactions as often as possible. Women, farmers, NSAP beneficiaries have gained from the DBT that was announced under this relief package by the FM sometime back. And through that, a lot of Indians have realized the importance of being a part of the formal financial network and ecosystem. The hope is that more and more Indians will use their bank accounts or will open accounts with financial institutions, formal financial institutions, and use digital online payments.
Though various economies are still at the different stages of development across the world, the COVID-19 outbreak has forced people to change their shopping habits in favor of e-commerce or m-commerce, which is the mobile commerce. It has paved way for the digital payments. Well, that's all we have for you. We will be back with more such informative videos. Till then, take good care of your health. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.
So dear friends, you have seen that the COVID-19 epidemic has acted as a boon to us so that we can stop ourselves, stay at home, and being at home, working from at home, having classes online, that has a part of digital transformation which is now automatically happening, and we are becoming part of it. So all of you would like to know that what is the India status as a consumer to the digital world, and also what is the past, present and future of digitalization till 20. I will definitely come back to this, but now I would like to share our experience with these tools, the past and present. My dear friends, as I was telling you that how we are using the software which is made out of these digital world, how we are using it. There may be a lot of changes, lot of development which is taking place, but the base will never change. The basic principle will never change. The basic use of these packages will never change. Like we were now becoming more and more comfortable with emails, attachments, and also talking to each other, sharing information each other on the WhatsApp. And during our making presentations of the classes or even sending information in the digital form, we have been using the Office, which has got the component of Word, Excel, PowerPoint. And if I ask you, how are you comfortable with that? You always say, yes, we are quite comfortable and we are using it on day-to-day basis and nothing new about it. But my dear friends, are we really using them with the full potential, or all these features which are quite useful to us and we are not aware of it? I'll be sharing few of them with you. And since you are all comfortable with this digital world, that can also be seen when before you were coming to the school, you were in the age of 12 to 15, that 81% of you have been using these smartphones. And also 98 watch TV programs on the films, and you have been using at least 11 hours and 48 minutes a week at least on the TV. So if you divide this a week time into that, at least 2 hours you are daily watching TV. And then we will come to that you are using also 81 playing games in 11 hours, 70 daily play games online, and 89% watch YouTube. It means these are the various components which we are already used to it. But if you talk about the word, which you always say that you are you using some features? Like we have been using it quite often. They are making up the style sheet. Are you using that? And let me share frankly, hardly 0.01% are using this feature. What is the utility of that? We are also not using templates which are basically made out of those style sheets. And what they happen is, let me share with you one example. When one of the vice chancellor came and he asked me to prepare a big report of around 70 to 80 pages, which I did it in 2-3 days. And then I went to show him. He was a little busy, but he never wanted me to just say that he will see it in the evening. So he said, Atul, okay, you show me what you have brought. So I showed him on my laptop. He said, that's fine. You can just change this headings to this color, this size, text in this direction. It should have a double space. This should have single space, and it should have indenting. These components should have the bullets in that. And kindly bring that, and then I will see. I took the laptop outside, and within 1 or 2 minutes, I came back and said, I have done it, sir. He was really surprised that how it is done, because I just showed him what he wanted, and even the indexing component was done through the style sheet component. Because when you prepare a report, you always do indexing while seeing where this heading is coming, at which page it is coming. In the style sheet, when you do it, it automatically makes your work very, very easy. So I recommend all of you that please learn how to use style sheet. And even if you are preparing an annual report, which most of our people are doing it, and even if you are preparing a report with the data, which is changing quite fast, have you tried to embed that data? Hardly we do that. If you embed that data immediately, when the data changes, it changes automatically. You need not to again type that report yourself. And even Excel format, we all say we have been using. Are you using both these together in the mail merge? The number is little higher with the IT people, but not with the non-IT people. I am one of the non-IT people, but I have been trying to use most of these tools. And keeping in with the strength, which you can see that your background, it was easy for us to work on these lectures online because all our young generation is used to mobile culture. But for the non-IT people, it is not that easy. And to tell you, you have said Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. But have you used the package of Publisher, which is also in the part of the Word program or the Office program? And have you used the Office program of SS, which is also the part of it? Many of us will say we do not know. But while doing publication of any reports, when you take your data to the publisher, they use the program of the Coral. And they again do typing, and then again there is a lot of mistakes. But when you are doing the style sheet, the Word file directly can go to the publisher and got it printed without the error done by any publisher. So these are the few advantages which you can, if you use all the optimum features of Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, you can work more comfortable and you can achieve your things quick and fast. Use of the Excel sheet, I will be speaking after some time. Now, when we were talking about this, sell yourself, because every teacher, every senior, they always tell us how to sell yourself. Nowadays in digital transformation which we are going at, as all of you are having the Facebook, because all our students are attending this lecture through Facebook, they are using it fine. But when you want to sell yourself, Facebook is a medium where you just exchange social kind of things. It is an innovation that the lecture is also being delivered through the Facebook. It's a good thing. But when you are exchanging your notes, it is never in the public domain like the Facebook. What you can do is either you have the website. Through the website, you can transform your lectures and transmit your lectures, transmit your notes, submit your assignments, and they can be evaluated. And when you want to see the result quickly, that the moment it is done, it should come back to you. That is, though confidentially, it is through your mobile applications. Mobile applications are very having a name like mobile apps. So when we were planning to have a project in which we wanted to contact remote area people, remote area scientists, remote area farmers, we also wanted to have a website which was done, and also we wanted to have the mobile apps. But there is a lot of communication gap between the IT people thinking and the non-IT people. We had a lot of problem of communicating them because the IT people have got a mindset of working with the frameworks, with the how many are our digits on which we are working in a specific field, and how many buttons we want, how many things we want to be transmitted, what is the length of that document, how it is going to be changed or modified, how frequency is to be managed for that. But we are not used to, because we are working with the non-IT concept, and they're developing, merging our ideas into that was a big challenge to us. Then I realized if our friends can work on it, why can't we? So we tried and we became successful in designing our mobile app way back in 2017, for which the reference has also been made by Dr. Thakur while giving a little introduction of my achievements. And specific about the how to sell yourself, if you have got a site of yourself, that I am going to show you the website which we have formed. And you can very well see that this website is developed for me as a freelance consultant. And the present lecture, if you are unable to see it because of any glitches like we had, all this Digital India lecture of today, 30th October, is available already on the website. In addition to that, if you wish to see the lecture which I delivered and mentioned in the beginning of the PAU chapter, its complete recording is available. The moment this lecture is going to be over and the organizers will send me the recording, I will love to put it on the website, so that if you have missed it, you can again go through the link of the site and see that lecture and hear that lecture yourself. And the domain is simple. profdratul.com. So it means on how you are working on it, it helps you to do various kind of things yourself, and you can put your things quite easily. Like how much we are using these backup tools of digitization, and especially you will be surprised to see this kind of screen is made in the Excel format, in which whenever various components are being done, various projects we are undertaking, various works which we are going, all are available with one click. In the Excel, if you want to work on it, you must try a big feature which is there, that is of the pivot table and the pivot graph. The moment one figure changes, the graph automatically changes, and you do not need to do it yourself every time and then paste it in your presentation. It automatically changes. And now as far as the agriculture faculty is concerned, those who are little aware of the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, it was a big task to have all those employees' data, and to prepare the frequency of the submission of the report was quarterly, and sometimes it is that weekly we have to submit reports, and it takes a lot of time. And we made this Excel program of networking, and in which all these general features are always available, and we can just change the few figures but to have done in the last week, and automatically it is reflected in that. And whatever figures you are changing, even on day-to-day basis, then the formation of your annual reports is not a big thing, and you are not using lot of your human resource for that. And in the international project, which was mentioned about the JICA, they want, because they had 300 sites on which around 350 people are supposed to visit those sites and give them the feedback. And how to manage those 350 sites on daily basis and 350 people on daily basis where they are going, it was a very difficult task. So we made us, from the Excel sheet, this mega training project dashboards in the Excel sheet itself. We were using definitely Visual Basic, which is also embedded in the Excel sheets, Excel program, through which we can develop a various forms like is done in the Google form. And also they will, whatever data is submitted, it is automatically having the link to these Excel sheets, and data is visible immediately the moment it is uploaded. And for the administrators or for the teachers, they would like to see a typical kind of information that when it is done. Let me share one incidence of the JICA HP CDP project, which is being run in Hamirpur. One of the requirement was to know how many people are going in the site and what they are doing in the site. So whenever they submit any data through their mobiles, how they do it, I will be also showing you that. And one of the scientists or a colleague of ours working in the agriculture department, he wanted to test that how we can say that the person has gone to a specific site. When he sent with two mobiles typing a text that he has sent this particular information when he was working in a specific site, which is around 50 kilometers away from here, Hamirpur. And from another mobile, he sent an information that he is sending this information around 25 kilometers away from Hamirpur, and this information is of another project site. When he sent that, then he asked us that, can you just tell me on this date where I was and what I was doing? And when we presented him the report, he was surprised that we could tell him that both these reports have been submitted from the same place, one place, having a particular GPS setting which we have fixed it, that tells you about the location of that person. And because you have said that you were 25 kilometers away from Hamirpur, we told them, no, you were very much in the Hamirpur, and that too in the office, because the location which came, it is of the office. And the second information you have sent from a different mobile, because every mobile under the IT has got a specific MIS number, which we can see that which mobile at what time it has been sent. So this helped us to prove that these Excel tools are very useful when they are clubbed with mobiles, and to present the data what they wanted to have. And then came the international experts. They always wanted that after 1 month, how many visits have been done. But it is not the prerogative of the individuals to know about it, but they can also know that. But when the admin people, they just logged into this feature in this report, they could see that in 30 days only 70 visits have been done by around 60 people. So they were very much surprised, and this helped them to improve the efficiency of the individuals and also see that what particular aspect of the work all those people are busy, and found that they were not working more in the site in this specific time. They were working more in the offices. So even the locality of the person, the type of the work the person is doing on the daily basis, this can also be monitored with the use of this digitization tool, that is the Excel, and developing these kind of things ourselves. And then came the data, how it is coming. These are the screens of the mobile screens, and you must be seeing that they are in Hindi, because mobiles, we generally feel they work on only one language, that is the English language. No, my dear friends, our mobile, they can work in any language. And most of you have also seen that during the WhatsApp, when you just change a little language type, it start typing in Hindi, you may be writing in English, and also it can type in Punjabi or any kind of language. So the language barrier, because our farmers, they may not be very good in English. They can talk in English, but not that good. So they prefer to talk in Hindi language. This particular form was more used by the feedback mechanism from the farmers, that how the things are going on. So this barrier was taken, but we found another glitch of these, that how many of them do not know how to even type. So we use this feature, which most of us have not been using. We are just typing on the computers or on the laptops. So my dear friends, if you use this feature, which is present in most of the mobiles, that is speech to text, no need to type in any language. You just make a little trial with your mobile, and whatever you speak, your mobile will type. Just copy it and paste it. You will find that perfectly it can be done. So this is how we are using this transformation of the digitalization in our day-to-day activity, right from 2017 onwards, and we are getting a very good result of that. Now, as a teacher and as a student, are you comfortable with the big, huge amount of books? We all say no, especially the students. And now this is a very challenging job for a teacher, that how I should send them information in the form of that book. So dear friends, especially teachers and dear students, you are very much comfortable. This is the title of the book. Let me just tell you what kind of medium you are happy with. That is, the book should be in the mobile. Yes, it is in your mobile in the ebook. It actually works like a book. You can just see it. Many of the students must be reading the ebooks. Those who are not reading, my dear friends, all your lectures, all your things, all your books are going to be transformed now into the digital form of ebooks, so that you are comfortable in reading that. Here also the language barrier has been broken, that this ebook can be made in any format of any language. That you can see it here. That now you can see it is in Hindi, which was very, very useful for our farmers. And as I was talking to you about the index kind of component, you can just see this index was also prepared using the word format indexing, and it can be used by our farmers to see where it is. And when we are talking about, this is called as the delivery system. The digital delivery system is very easy. In small mobile screen, you can even have a complete book. And even these mobiles can be casted on the big screens of the TV. so that if you are unable to see that, you can directly cast your mobile screens on the TV. And these are the features that how this digital transformation is going to change our future for our delivery system. And the delivery system comes through the technology, and with the help of technology, how we can make that. This is going to be our future? No, friends. Future is going to be altogether different. But don't worry, the basic tools, learning of basic tools are Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and all others are very, very necessary. And to using all the features, you can work very comfortably. So let me share with you the past, present, and future of digitalization till 2030. Let's see that.
You can only create what you can imagine. In the year 2030, digital has transformed our economy and our daily living unimaginable in an earlier age. Everyone has access to artificial superintelligence. However, the industries as you know it have exceeded to exist. Digital has turned the world into a global information hub and has opened radical new business opportunities. The 21st century has enclosed the power of the digital age, looking back to a not so distant past. The road to the digital revolution began at the beginning of the 20th century. 1947, the transistor was invented, leading the way to more advanced digital computers. 1973, the first mobile phone call was placed in New York City. 1979, the first commercial mobile phones were presented in Tokyo. 1989, English scientist Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web while employed at CERN in Switzerland. 1999, the BlackBerry was introduced, starting the era of mobile email. 2001, the third generation of mobile phones were launched with Nokia as the innovation leader. 2002 was the year when humankind was able to store more information in digital than in analog format. It was the beginning of the digital age. 2006, Facebook was open to the public and started the mission to connect the world. Facebook passed 1 billion users 10 years later in 2015 and 2 billion monthly active users in 2017. 2007, Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone. This was the start of the touch device era, starting the shift from desktop to mobile internet. Within the next 10 years, Apple sold more than 1 billion iPhones. 2008, Apple introduced the App Store, redefining software distribution and production. 2 years later, they reached the milestone of 10 billion app downloads. 2010, a wave of digital disruption starting to transform all industries. Education, healthcare, biology, manufacturing, finance. It's the start of the fourth industrial revolution. 2012, Tesla Motors, headed by Elon Musk, introduced its newest model, the Model S, a full electric luxury sedan with a revolutionary interior display. 4 years later, in 2016, Tesla Motors unveiled the Model 3, a full electric car with autopilot for the mass market. They received over 500,000 pre-orders within 12 months. 2015, SpaceX achieved a milestone for a reusable rocket, reducing cost of space transportation dramatically. In June 2015, the company announced a project that aims to build a constellation of 4,000 satellites capable of beaming the internet to the entire globe. 2016, a truly connected world. Mobile phone subscriptions grew to over 7 billion. Internet users grew to over 3.6 billion, almost 50% of world's population. The world's cheapest Android smartphone goes on sale for just $4 in India. 2017, Uber's IPO is the final shift from the sharing economy to the on-demand economy. Snapchat's IPO is marking the climax of social media, while tackling fake news has become a major issue for governments. 2017 is also known to be the tipping point of digital transformation, transforming every industry. Digital leadership is the constant realignment of technology, business models, and company culture to more effectively do business in the digital age. 2018. is bringing voice control to the masses. Speech recognition and AI-powered smart home devices have entered the households. Voice recognition has approached 99% accuracy and is changing the way we search information on the web. 2019, quantum computing is breaking barriers in cybersecurity and increased speed of development of deep learning and artificial intuition. Privacy, information access and control have become essential issues in the world's economy. Cybersecurity has become one of the critical issues. 2020, blockchain technology is disrupting any transactional business. Blockchain has transformed the financial industry as we know it. Governments are using the blockchain to collect taxes and carry out e-voting. The generation of digital natives have entered the business world. 2021, artificial intelligence is enabling individual education for all. Massive open online courses in combination with robotic tutors empower students to learn 10 times faster. Digital is changing how we work and what skills we need to educate. The future of work turns employees into collaborators, measured with their emotional quotient. 2022, self-driving cars and fully autonomous vehicles are changing mobility. Cities are transforming into smart cities. Energy storage technology is experiencing several breakthrough inventions. Electric mobility will be the new mobility. 2023, virtual reality, augmented and mixed reality has become the new human-machine interface for private and business use. It has reached more than 1 billion active users. 2024, the first person lands on Mars. We are following the Mars mission via our media channels in real time. The 260 degrees VR live coverage feels like stepping on Mars yourself. Emotional and historic moment for mankind. It's the start of the interplanetary internet. 2025 marks the market launch of smart drone cars. We're in the middle of a new mobility era. Hyperloop trains with speeds of more than 700 miles per hour are reality. Hypersonic jets enabling commercial flights from New York to London in under 3 hours. Average speed of transportation is accelerating. People are traveling more than ever. 2026. Personal robotics are not only used for personal services, humanoid robots become friends. The Internet of Everything is connecting 1 trillion sensors, enabling new business models for the sensor economy. 2027 is the climax of the health industry disruption. 3D printed organs will enter the mass market. Latest stem cell technologies will make cancer a thing of the past. Artificial intelligence in combination with smart fashion or bioimplants for vital sign tracking will enable to rethink our healthcare system. We are using health sensors for our Baddi area network and algorithms for our human operating system. 2028. Manufacturing and construction is not only faster, it's also using new smart materials. From self-healing concrete to touch-enabled glass screens to nano buildings with graphene. 2029 is the year of a global food revolution. The world has grown to 9 billion people and is now facing a massive food crisis. The production of artificial meat will increase. We will be used to eat burgers with meat that tastes like real but has been created in a lab. We will see drone usage in agriculture, vertical farming in skyscrapers, and micro farming at home. 2030. For $1,000, you will get a computer which is as smart as you. Artificial intelligence leads to super intelligence. We will extend our brains with intelligent nanocomputers. Uploading our brains in a computer will lead to immortality of our minds. In the year 2030, our world of digital has been defined by entrepreneurs whose companies have not been found yet. We have redefined the relationship of humanity and technology. It is up to you how our future will look like. Don't lean back, be active, and shape the environment of the digital future.
So dear friends, you all must have seen, because you belong to different fraternities, it is not only for the IT people or for the mechanical engineers or for the engineering background people, it is also for the agriculture people, it is also for the medical science people who are listening to this talk, that the transformation is going to be very, very fast. And 2030, I have shown you through this small video, how much more transformation is going to take place. The question comes in mind, it means our future is going to be difficult. No, it is not going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be very easy, but the transformation is required from our mindset as also in our working, also in our education pattern. Then another question comes especially in the student's mind. That means the future of the jobs is going to be altogether difficult to get the jobs. It is not like that. Let me show you what is going to the future for the jobs, especially in India.
India is the second largest market in the world for digital consumers and growing fast. It had 560 million internet subscribers in 2018, twice as many as in 2014. Only China has more. Falling costs have spurred digital adoption. Data costs have dropped by more than 95% since 2013. Government programs have helped too. 1.2 billion Indians have biometric IDs. Many are linked to digital bank accounts. Businesses are also going digital, but adoption is uneven. Every sector has leaders, but also many that are behind. Highly digitized sectors like IT and business process management could double their GDP contribution by 2025. Growth could be even higher for newly digitizing sectors like agriculture, healthcare, retail, logistics, and data-driven lending and insurance. Digital could create up to 65 million new jobs by 2025. But 40 to 45 million others will need to be retrained. Government will need to invest in new infrastructure. Businesses will need to nurture new talent. Workers will need to learn new skills. It's a challenge, but if all stakeholders adapt and gear up, digital can be one of the most inclusive drivers of India's future growth and prosperity.
So dear friends, now with this scenario, it is clear that around 2.6 crores of jobs are waiting for us. And how we have to take this opportunity to use this and also to see what is the present scenario through which we all are going through. That is the growth of the popular digital technologies. The biggest one nowadays is video conferencing tool, which we are all using in the COVID-19. And you can very well see in this slide that primarily there are only three IT big giants, that is Apple, Microsoft or the Google, which are governing the basic growth of this digital technology. That is, Apple is having more than 47%, or you can say around 50% of the digital growth, and then rest, Microsoft, when you take out, it is around 30%, and rest of the 20% goes to the credit of Google and others. And nowadays we can also see that WhatsApp has got the growth of around 20%, and also the Microsoft team, which we are using as a medium today, is having a growth of more than 6% or so. So with this, we can see that all these modern tools of video conferencing or digital technology are becoming very important to us, keeping in view the COVID-19 and the distance we have to maintain in the COVID, and also work at home or classes at our home or at a distance location. And to do that, the essential features of the conferencing softwares or the digital medium which we are using, it requires only webcam or the camera, microphone, internet, and software or the mobile applications which we all are using. And even when we are using it in the recording purpose or for delivering the lecture purpose, we require the screen sharing, which we have done today, and then also the conference recording, which are going to be done by our organizer, and later on it can be placed on the website so that you all can see as and when you feel like, and also on the mobile apps, and whether we have to use the paid version or a free version. I will be discussing this also, that there are more than 29 this video conferencing software tools which is available in 2020, and few of them are very popular like Zoom or Google Talk and also the Microsoft Teams. They all have got basic components as the same. Whenever you want to see that, the interface of every software dealing with this is the same kind that a screen opens, but the difference is only of the time in the free version, that if we are using a free version of the Zoom or free version of the Microsoft and also a free version of the Google, it has got the time difference variation only, that it is for 40 minutes or 60 minutes. So when a teacher is using any of the medium for 60 minutes, he is supposed to complete his lecture in 60 minutes. There are various advanced features which are available. If you buy that, like our institution has brought this Microsoft Team, and now the time limit is not there in this. That's why you are using this into the Facebook account, and also the time is not the restriction for today. But in the Google G Suites, that is the Google Suite, they are free for the educational institution. That means the Google program has also got the documents, the Excel kind of sheets, and also the presentation kind of sheets available in that. And also to make all these together to make the free websites, this feature can be used free of cost by the educational institution. They need not to pay, keeping in view the piracy component, which is very important nowadays as per the data protection regulations. This is not only for education, it is also for the healthcare and also for the non-profit organization. They can also use all these kind of tools which are available free of cost to these three mediums. And you will be happy to know that Zoom has got all these features which I am displaying it. It is not only this, even all others like Microsoft as well as Google, they are also having these features. And most of the time we are not using the terms correctly. Like today we are using webinar. Is it a webinar or it is a meeting? That you can see it yourself when I will show you through these few of these presentations or the video films, that what is the difference between the meeting and the webinar. To see first, let me click the meeting.
Zoom has revolutionized the way teams communicate. Whether you're connecting multiple conference rooms or meeting with attendees from their desktop or mobile devices, coming together face-to-face is as simple as a single touch. With the highest video and audio quality, bringing your team together on Zoom feels just like you're all in the same room. It's easy for everyone to join on video, which builds trust and engagement, making your team and their meetings more productive. Feature-rich and simple to use, the Zoom mobile and desktop apps bring the whole experience together with built-in cross-platform group chat. Transform your communications experience with Zoom.
Now, after looking at meeting, let's see what is webinar.
Scale your meetings to thousands of attendees with Zoom's video webinar features. Keep your webinars relevant to your audience with Zoom's flexible controls over attendee registration that allow you to gather valuable information. Designate up to 25 interactive panelists that can present and screen share with thousands of attendees. The host can promote any viewer to an interactive panelist at any time. Live Q&A chat allows you and your panelists to answer attendee questions on the fly. Zoom webinars feature Q&A, polling, and reporting. See how easy it is to host webinars with Zoom.
Now, after seeing the difference between the meeting and the webinar, we are very much clear that how these components are performing. To see the next, that if there is a problem of Wi-Fi or the internet connection, there is another WebEx video conferencing particular software which has got all these three features embedded in it. That is, if you have got a strong Wi-Fi connection, you will listen. All this video quality is good and the call quality is also good, and you can also see the screen. If by chance the Wi-Fi connection is little weak, then it will automatically turn off your webcam. And if your Wi-Fi connection is not at all existing, you are using the very small bandwidth, and there is a problem in the internet, then this program will automatically shut down all your programs of webcam as well as other screens, and only everything you are going to listen through the audio. It means the connection problem is resolved, that the meeting or the presentation or the lecture, there is no interruption. You will be definitely seen. And also, if the connection is a problem, then you will be not seeing the webcam. Webcam means your own photograph or your own participation, but the picture being displayed by the presenter or by the teacher is definitely available. However, if by any chance you miss that, and because of the Wi-Fi connection, you can also keep on hearing what the teacher is talking to you or what the presenter is talking to you. Then the additional features which are available with Microsoft Teams, which all of you must have been using, that is the chat feature, the meeting feature. Now the webinar feature we are already using, which is governed by the administrator, and also the calls and the collaboration. Collaboration means that whenever an assignment is given to you in a group, you all can collaborate by using this particular tool of Microsoft Teams. So dear friends, there is a change. The next 5 years, the education delivery system will change more than it has in the last 30 years, because the delivery is of the teachers and the learning by the students is all going to be different, because new emerging technologies will completely change the educational landscape. And you all have now these apps available with you. That is, if you are even working at home or you are at a remote place, now the classes can be done at any place, but definitely the attendance feature, which we all as students are concerned, it is automatically marked when you are attending the webinar meeting or when you are attending the Microsoft Team meeting or collaborative meeting for preparing the assignment or also doing the practical work. This attendance is already marked because all your mobile or your laptop devices or the PCs have got a special address mentioned into that, and that can just tell the administrator that how many people are attending this and from which time to which time you have been participating. Even these tools can be used for preparing of your test and also online learning, which the universities also have already started through the webinars and also the e-learning processes. And then also if you want to learn the networking, you can go to these sites, even language learning or also the computer language learning or the programming learning, we can use all these tools. But what is going to be our next future? Next future is virtual reality. The teachers which are having the problem in nowadays are also talking about the post-COVID work, that they don't feel like they are teaching. As today I am speaking this to the screen and I am unable to see you all at one place and have a feel of the audience that people are listening to me. But with this tool of virtual reality, which you all must have been seen during the IPL matches, that few of the experts, they use this, and the speed of the ball which is coming and they are playing on the imagination and having the feeling that how the ball will come and how you are going to strike. The same way this tool is going to be used by all the universities as well as other educational institutions in the schools about the virtual feel of the reality that what they are learning. And also the next part comes with the future of the hologram. Hologram means that you will find you need not to have any screen for display of it, or you need not to have a computer for that. In every medium of even the mobiles, the smart mobile which you all students are carrying, you can have the feel of the hologram. And for making the hologram, you will definitely think that it is going to be a very, very tough job. No, my dear friends, it is going to be not that tough, because the new innovation is done by our colleagues, young colleagues especially, and they have developed the hologram which is very, very cheaply it can be done with the local material available with us. So let me show you how it is done.
Stay tuned to learn how to make a hologram of yourself in PowerPoint. It's always exciting to think about what is that next big thing around the corner that can disrupt the way that we live our lives, and especially how we communicate and deliver presentations. And although what looks like hologram technology has been used in high-profile performances in the past, such as Tupac's from a few years ago, I'm personally waiting for a consumer version of the technology to be widely available to the public.
Get ready guys, because you're about to learn how to make your very own hologram. So this is actually much simpler than you probably imagined. All you're going to need is graph paper, a CD case that's been lying around, just an old one will do, some tape, a pen, a pair of scissors, a smartphone and a knife or glass cutter. So basically we start by drawing out a basic rhombus shape. Try and get yours as close to this as possible with the dimensions 1 cm by 3.5 cm by 6 cm. If you're feeling ambitious, you could always try and sort of double those or triple those, and you will get a nicer effect, but just for ease of use and sort of getting this on camera, we're going for that size. So you get your little paper template, and then just before we start cutting, just take off the sides of the CD case because they're just going to get in the way. You don't need them at all. So ideally this is going to be plastic. If you just happen to have a glass one, it can work, but just be extra careful. The higher the transparency, the better the image will come through, but it doesn't matter if it's sort of old and dusty, as long as you just give it a clean and make sure there aren't too many scratches. So then get a scalpel, a knife or a glass cutter, and again very carefully trace around the template. Once you've cut your first one out, you can then use that to get the others. Then you can see I've actually slightly broken mine. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Try and fasten them together like this using a little bit of tape. I originally tried glue, but then they just fell apart, so this seems to work fine. And that's basically it. You have a hologram. So the way we're going to work this is you use your smartphone to load up either on YouTube or the internet browser. I'll put a link in the description to a couple of videos, but you load a hologram specific video, so videos actually made to use this technology. And basically you very carefully place the hologram that we've made onto the middle of your smartphone, and it'll just work. Turn off all the lights and just enjoy. You actually get a full 360 degrees of vision. Now obviously the clearer the sort of plastic or glass you use and the less of a mess you make of it, the nicer the picture's going to be. You can see I've got some glue stains from my first failed attempt, and the tape doesn't exactly look great, but this is incredibly cool. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Now you can see that this particular kind of things is always going to be very easy to be used by teachers as well as for the presenters, and this can be done and is already being done across 12 million users who have already started working on using the VR, that is virtual reality tools, in the education system of 75 countries and also in 14 languages. Then comes that agriculture scenario. My agriculture students and the teachers must be feeling that this is only the IT techno tools which are going to be used, and there is no relevance as such for our agriculture studies. But no, my dear friends, you have already started working on or learning the precision agriculture, the biotechnology, using of various modern tools already in agriculture. But we definitely have a feeling that there is not going to be that much IT support as the other people like the mechanical engineering or the medical sciences are getting from these industries like Microsoft or the Google, etc. To see that, you will be surprised that there is a very good response for digital transformation for our future farming, both for the farmers as well as for the students. Let's see that.
Traditional agriculture has always used data, but today's data challenges are increasingly more complex. Data must be harnessed in new ways and provide better insights. Over the next generation, our global population will continue to grow. By 2050, there will be 9 billion people on the Earth. And it's expected we will need to produce 70% more food using less land and fewer scarce resources. To meet this challenge, the agricultural industry must evolve. Microsoft and EY are empowering a digital transformation in agriculture by connecting data to the cloud, driving innovation and value. What if you could predict the best crops to grow using the power of data? Recognize crop disease or pests faster. Connect with vendors seamlessly. Doing all this knowing you control your own data. With data captured from each field and connected to predictive analysis, farmers have an unprecedented view of their crops. Edge computing will lower the cost of field oversight and accelerate the response to crop threats. Artificial intelligence will expose inefficiencies and unlock new insights to enhance production. Mixed reality will make a remote mechanic an expert and give agronomists the complete view of a farm. Robotics will add a new dimension to how and where crops can be produced. Microsoft and EY have the experience, trust, and scale to enable innovation throughout the global food value chain. Working together, we can rise to the challenge of feeding the world. This is data-driven agriculture. This is agriculture on Azure. Because when the world of farming harvests data, the world works better.
Now, after looking at this particular video, we can see that various IT industries are also coming forward with the help of all these IT tools or the digital transformation tools to the agriculture for our future. And there is also a very good future for our students. That is, if you want to be a real winner kind of situation, you have to act as a digital transformation enablers and to be a smart students. That is, using all these technologies and tools, you have to use them in a simple manner, meaningful manner, and articulate manner, and they are to be used in a real-time manner so that our future can be secured by using all these tools in the agriculture scenario also. So this means the future is awaiting for you to respond as agri service provider, that is ASP, or simple solution provider as SSP, and the jobs are not going to be any issue because our this EY and Microsoft have already started working on these lines, and many more other partners are on way to provide us new opportunities to work. But the key is you have to put all these hard looking kind of things to be in an easy form. And in order to conclude, my dear friends, it is right time that the applied technology explodes to bridge the digital and the physical. And there is a huge opportunity to use any or every tool out there to support innovation, initiatives in every field, and truly transform our future world for the better. Successful leveraging these opportunities require intelligence. And I am 100% sure our youth of India is full of intelligence. As can be seen that these tools which we have been using, maybe from Microsoft or from Google or from Zoom, our Indian Kerala based young people have developed a new software which is going to be very soon replaced in the central government offices of all the Zoom, Google or Microsoft Meet. It means our new India is emerging out, which is working on self-sufficient India. And to see that, we have to apply all these basic fundamental tools, which is like Word, PowerPoint, Excel, because all data which we are going to collect in our laptop or in our mobiles is going to have this kind of interface available with us. But are we ready for the change? You all will say, yes, we are already working on it. But there is always a big question mark, or the big thing which generally strikes in the minds of the youth, that is, how are we going to be successful in the coming future? To see that you are already ready for the change, let me click this so that we can see, are we or we are not? And if we want to be, what we have to do. Let's see that by clicking it.
बचपन में सुना था, those who dream big do big. पर इसमें एक प्रॉब्लम है. जब लोग इतने बड़े-बड़े सपने देखते हैं, तो कुछ ही क्यों अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंचते हैं? मंजिलें सपने देखने से नहीं, कुछ नया सीखने से हासिल होती हैं, क्योंकि जिंदगी का उसूल है, जो सीखता है, वही आगे बढ़ता है.
Now, after this concluding remark, I again thank you once again, everyone, for sparing their valuable time and listening to this webinar, especially how we can use all these tools in our day-to-day life and working place. Thank you. Stay connected. And now it is over to the organizer for further proceedings, please. Thank you.
On behalf of the Baddi University and School of Agriculture Sciences, I would like to thank Dr. Atul for this informative presentation on digital transformation. Now I request all the panelists to put forward your questions, if any.
Welcome, Dr. JK. Thank you very much for joining.
No, I'm here since long, since right
Thank
from
you so
the
much.
beginning.
Thank you very much.
Without picture.
Yeah.
Picture I will. It has to be again to put off because some network problem is there.
Yeah, but now you can see all this recording back into the website. It is going to be linked there.
No, that's fine. But I was there since
yeah, I know because I got your thing that you have joined us, and I'm also thankful to Dr. Bhardwaj and to yourself for giving me this opportunity.
Yes, well, friends, today a wonderful lecture in our series has been over there. Digital transformation, modern tools and techniques. Now, you see, during the COVID-19, actually, how all we survived, including the world economy, all this diversified to the extent that our survival had been through the use of these modern tools for digital transformation. And the thing is that the people of any group, the people of any level of education, and the people from any type of the business, now they all have this the ideas, the knowledge, and everything, that how this digital world will be helping to continue their businesses, the education, the general life, the society as a whole, the economy of the world. Now everybody could understand that the role of this digital world is related to all kinds of walks of life. So when the importance is that much of this issue, then when your simple guidelines and simple tools, that what we should know, to which extent we should know, and what should be its relevance to our day-to-day life, or quite obviously not students, even the parents of the students, even their families, even the general lifestyle, everything has to be changed, and everybody will be benefited from all these issues which you related over here. Now, being at sitting presently at Dhaka, and you could manage what we were simply we were fearing that what with the network system over there, but you managed all these things in such a nice way from the remote area also. We are really thankful to you for giving such a beautiful speech, the lecture, and informing us rather, not speech, but informing us rather, and educating us that how beautifully we can use this all digital transformation network to our system and day-to-day life, including the students, that how they have to make use of different kind of the tools which are available already on the desk. So thank you very much, Dr. Sir, for that, and we hope that soon the flights will be there. But now, because again the problem has come that the second the COVID has repeated itself in the many parts of the world. Many countries, they are imposing now. They have started to impose this lockdown again, because the second phase is more drastic, and it is coming up in a very different way. But let us hope that soon you will be here, the flights will be back, and you will be here. And thank you very much for enlightening us so much for everybody. Now our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Dr. Bharadwaj, he will be there to respond, to have some maybe some questions, maybe some.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Jekeshan. Thank you.
Thank you, Sholo. Respected Professor Atul, our panelist, Dr. J.K. Sharma, Dean as well as Registrar of Baddi University, other deans, directors, and participants, specifically my dear students. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Atul for his very informative and motivating informations, lectures, not only to the students, but for elderly persons like us who are not in tune with the IT sector to that extent. As we have listened to Dr. Atul's experience with respect to the IT, the best phase or best utilization or best positions with respect to the IT has been seen, utilization has been seen during this COVID-19 pandemic. In spite of our limitations, in spite of lockdowns, we were at home, we were at maybe some of the other places also, if not at home, but we were confined to those areas. So sometime I think that what would have been our situations, positions, had the digitalization or the digital technology would not have been gone to that extent. Had it happened, the COVID-19 pandemic prior to the digitalizations, what would have been the physical, mental, and other problems of the society? So it's the contribution of IT, especially the digital technology, has been tremendous, and we have seen it also during this era. As we all know, as we have been told also, that the contribution of this has been tremendous. I would like to know, not only in the area of, say, data processing or data entry and other results which we have got there afterwards, and saved a lot of time, and time is money. So in that direct way, we have saved money also. But when we talk about the practical aspect, of course, the data entry, data processing, and the information which we get from digital technology, that cannot be matched with any other approach. But my I would like to have clarification from you. Is there some hope with respect to the experimental part? Of course, we have gone for the online teaching. So teaching and other areas also where experimentation may not be to that extent, except maybe where we are making use of computers or the technology, there also we are very comfortable. But as far as the experience is concerned, pertaining to the experimental part, is there some hope that we can inculcate those habits in our students or in our teachers, by which we can transform or give that sort of experience or the experimental experience, which can give them confidence also, virtual confidence, and they can be successful in life also. Should we hope in nearest future that is possible or not? So once again, I would like to thank you for your informative lecture. But answer with respect to the experimental part, I would like to get from. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Bhardwaj. In fact, you have touched the answer also in the concluding remarks. You are just giving me an opportunity to explain it, but because you have yourself said the word virtual. So it is going to be the next future of virtual world. Our children are more responsive, more comfortable, more easily adapting this than we old people. Because we are not, if I tell you to just type a quick thing on your mobile, you and me will be a little hesitant. And our speed is going to be like we are going to with one finger. But our youth, they just and send. So their response is very fast. Definitely we look forward to have a hybrid kind of thing. This does not mean that virtual is going to take us away from the fields. That's what I was telling to my agriculture students also, that this does not mean you are not to go to the field. You have to have a first hands-on, because you have to mix the hands-on and the virtual technology together. Until unless you have a feel of those plants, until unless you have a feel of those technologies, those machines, like in first year, generally students say कि क्या करते हैं थोड़े से सिर्फ आप वो structure ही तो बनवाते हैं. But until unless you have got the feel of those making structure, how it is changing. Now we have to blend this. Because the social distancing, you have 120 students. Earlier you used to put them in one class. Now with the social distancing means half of them are going to have a virtual experience, or a lot of them are going to have virtual experience, and gradually they will be put onto that. Our virtual medium is going to make them have these kind of tools to be done easily. Like I've told about the hologram. Hologram used to be such a big thing in IT that it cannot be done. And I have just shown it, just 4 plastic sheets can make the difference. So innovation and hybrid culture has to be built. And since your university has got no mandate for anything to be done, it is already emerging science and emerging technologies. So you're already a leader into that. For that, I compliment the person who have thought even the name of this university. That is the emerging science. This is going to be an emerging science, an emerging technology. So it is going to be blended with virtual tools as well as the physical feel of it. So thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. And I look forward, as Dr. JK said, maybe I'm going to be here, but whenever I can be of any help, please let me know. And for my students, if you need any freelance consultation from a teacher, from a friend, just type profdoctoratul.com on your mobiles and you're on the website and contact me. I respond very fast. I'll try to help you out, anyone who needs my help, and whatever I can do to my ability. So thank you very much, sir, for great opportunity. And I'm really honored to be with you all and to see you from a remote area.
Thank you, sir. In fact, we would be eagerly waiting for your return and you traveling you in the near future.
Yeah, I will love to. In fact, I thank JK that I always call him as JK because he's a younger brother of mine, that he always give me a challenge to do something new. And even reading in Dhaka with my laptop, thank God I brought my laptop, he just put me to the task that do it. So since I hope I have tried to do justice to that, and I'm honored, JK and Dr. Bhardwaj, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are all. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Dr. Sharma, please.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And thank you, Dr. Bhardwaj. Special thanks for you. You could manage it because I know that you have another meeting at 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30.
With the management and all other people. So thank you very much and good luck for the meeting.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for a valuable time. I thank you on behalf of the faculty of Baddi University.